Hi, I'm Decal. Welcome to Limitless Learner. I created this blog really because I'm incredibly passionate about learning. For as long as I can remember, education has been at the heart of what I do. I remember growing up, of course I would play soldier, I would play police officer, but I would also play principal. I would line up my toys and I would have a typewriter in front of me and I would be acting as if I was a school administrator. I know that sounds geeky, but that hasn't ever really left me. I've dedicated most of my adult life to unlocking human potential. I believe if you're not learning, you're not growing. That is one of the main reasons why I created this experiment, 2 weeks as a Titan. Late last year, I read a book, Tools of Titans, and I was inspired. I took a lot of what I learned from the book, which is what I usually do when I read, and I put it into my life. Then I got into the question, what if I could live someone's daily routine? Then it brought me to another question, which was, could I do that for an entire year? And that's what brought me to this experiment. It's really like looking at the secret sauce of what creates success and using myself as a human guinea pig. And for my first 2 weeks, I chose Richard Branson. And the main reason why I chose Richard Branson, he's been a personal inspiration from his journey from Virgin Music all the way to Virgin Air and all of the different industries he's covering now. Last year was a year of mixed emotions and mixed feelings. And I felt for the most part that I was reacting. And I said to myself at the beginning of this year, I am not going to react, I am going to create. And that is what this experiment is about. So here were some of the ground rules. I would adopt the daily routines, habits, and even the mindsets of these titans. As long as, one, it doesn't compromise the habits that are already positively impacting my life, and two, it doesn't compromise my health. So for Richard Branson, here are a few things that were key for me. One, waking up at 5 a.m. As you'll see in the video, 5 a.m. is not my thing. Two, working out every morning. Three, after having breakfast and using that time to ground himself, jumping straight into emails and answering them before the rest of the world is awake. Four, when it came to meetings and get-togethers, it was really about the informal. There are a lot of things that I didn't expect from this experiment, and you're gonna see that at the end of the video, together with some of my biggest wins and my biggest insight. So here we go. I guess this is the first challenge when it comes to this 2 weeks as a Titan. It is 12:30 and I'm supposed to wake up at 5 a.m. and my brain's still on. I don't feel like I can go to sleep right away. So let's see how this goes. Oh, it's 9 a.m. Not 5 a.m. My brain's not even working yet. I don't know how this is gonna work. I really don't like 5 a.m. Oh. So it's roughly 5:45, just finished the morning workout. I actually do feel a bit more energized. Next thing is breakfast. Richard Branson usually does it with his family. Considering all my family's asleep, I guess I'm gonna enjoy some coffee on my own and then get some work done and journaling. So one thing about this is that it's just about to hit 7 a.m. and I've finished almost all of the email follow-ups that I was supposed to do. Usually this takes me much longer. I don't know if I'm just amped or there's something about doing it with zero distractions in the morning. It's roughly 4:40. Energy levels are really low. I'm gonna try to stay up till 8. I didn't have tea, which is usually what Richard Branson has to keep himself awake. I'll probably do that tomorrow. It's 5:08 a.m. I just really want to go back to sleep. I think I need like another 2 hours. Now my conscience won't let me go back to sleep, knowing if I can't do this on day 2, then how am I going to do this for the rest of the year? Ugh. So 5:25 a.m. Semi-serious question. When do Titans poop? How long do they poop? And what do they do when they poop? It's around 6:30. One nice thing I started noticing is that because of the difference in time zone, I can stay in touch with a lot of my friends back in the US and Europe. This is a pretty nice surprise. So it's a few minutes before 6. I really chose to take on this morning and not complain. It was about waking up, getting into the morning routine, doing my exercise. I'm starting to get a little bit of a rhythm. It doesn't feel like the third day. It feels like I've been doing this for a while. I think that's one of the bigger insights I've been getting. This has reminded me of a workshop I took before about recent breakthroughs and velocity. And the way they defined velocity was that it's not about going faster, but creating the illusion that the rest of the world is moving slower. And that's what I've been getting the last 2 days. There's so much to learn in terms of waking up in the morning and really having no distractions. What I've noticed is I've been complete with all of my communications by the time it hits 9, which leaves the rest of the day to write, to do my work, to communicate with more people. And I'm really excited for how the next week and a half looks like, because I haven't even gotten started. So it's around 11:45. I'm having one of my first real sit-down meetings. It's with old collaborator back from when I first started my social impact journey, and also one of our Kickstarter backers. So I'm gonna be able to deliver the board physically. One thing I noticed going through this exercise, it really is a bit challenging with Manila. I've been driving around for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, which cuts up so much productivity in my day. It really is a big pain point for me and probably the rest of Metro Manila. One of the reasons why I set this meeting over lunch is that's like what Richard Branson does. He likes to have informal meetings over a meal. So it's 1 p.m., just finished lunch. Really great meeting. Probably been maybe 5 years since the last time we connected, and I really don't think I would have even thought about setting up the session if I wasn't doing this 2 weeks as a Titan exercise. It's a little bit past 5:30 in the morning. Got super paranoid that I deleted a few videos. I think that's sleep deprivation hitting me. I woke up this morning and I had kind of a sore throat and my body hurts from all of the exercise. One thing I've been failing at this entire process is hitting the 10 o'clock sleep mark that Richard Branson has. The other day, me and Nina were doing work up until midnight. It all feels like a blur. So what I'm gonna do today is get my emails out of the way, get a little bit of work done. I already finished my morning exercise, get a little bit more sleep so that I don't get sick. Well, to say something, yesterday was really one of the most productive days that I've had in months. That was really a big win. So one of the things that opened up for me as I was going through this experience was not just that I could get my normal work done, but I could get my creative work done. I got to visit an old friend and I got to see his new war room, and I used it as an opportunity to do a little bit of prototyping. At the same time, later in the evening, I got to hang out with high school friends. It's 6:37. Metro Manila traffic has kicked in. I hate getting stuck in traffic. It's for my blog. 7 o'clock. Eating dinner. I'm gonna talk about Upstart. It's about 10:54. It's really frustrating not being home by 10. But yeah, that's frustrating because I feel like going to sleep past the expected time really fucks up 3 days of energy. So I'm waking up early tomorrow. I'm doing it. So I'm changing things up. Most of my videos have been me sitting down, doing work, being in a car. One of the things I really respect about Richard Branson is the fact that he still has an active lifestyle. So today I'm going back to something that is very close to my heart, capoeira. I've been practicing it for about 13 years, but the last year and a half has been very inconsistent in terms of training. So I'm glad I'm gonna be at this year's first class. I'm all dressed up, got my cord, and all ready. $11:53, signing off for day 6. Incredibly exhausted, but it was a great day. Got to have some activity and just finished a call with an advisory council I'm part of. Adjusting the time zones is tough. Hopefully gonna get enough sleep for tomorrow.
So it's about 6:30 a.m. and we've hit the halfway mark. So far it's been an amazing journey, and to really hit the halfway mark and also to celebrate Ina's birthday, we decided to do wakeboarding, something a little bit out of my comfort zone as well. You'll see that in a little bit.
Oh! Oh my god!
Yeah, round two. Yeah! Nice, yay!
So just finished wakeboarding. First time I've ever done it in my life. It was a great experience, and I don't think I would have really pushed to do it if I wasn't on this experiment 2 weeks as a Titan. So I'm really excited for what else is possible throughout the year, considering that I tried a new sport. It's around 8 o'clock. I changed it up a little bit and I did yin yoga for exercise this morning. It was refreshing, especially because of how sore my body was from the wakeboarding yesterday. What I'll be doing now is I'm about to head over to a photo shoot. Me and Ina are going to be featured together with Upstart for a board game section. Trendsetters, part of one of the biggest advertising magazines here in the Philippines. So it's roughly 7:30. I haven't been hitting the mark in terms of waking up. I'm trying to make it work, get back on track. Yesterday was a very productive day. Had a meeting to talk about the future of Upstart. A lot of potential there, and I really do believe it was a breakthrough to have this meeting because of 2 weeks as Titan. So that was my 2 weeks. I'm gonna cut straight to it. What were my 3 big wins? One was the amount of content and writing creativity that was produced. One thing that I took on was Richard Branson takes his time to look at social media to talk about things that he really cares about. And I managed to produce 2 blogs. This is a big deal for me. I have a blog, but posts sometimes come 3 months, 6 months at a time. During this 2-week period, I had 2 blog posts, and I even got to create a new version of Upstart that has been sitting on the table for 3 months. Second biggest win, I would have to really say it was the get-togethers and the meeting. One thing is that I had a call that I was trying to do for 3 months. With the level of intentionality that these Richard Branson weeks created, I managed to set up that meeting in the first week of this year. Not to mention all of the times that I got to meet up with old friends that I haven't seen for 2, 3, 5 years. All in all, these meetings helped me achieve immediate, short, and long-term goals. Third, I would really say it is the overall productivity. Like I said, 5 a.m. is not my thing. I struggled with it. There were a few days that I did not get up, and for me, this was one of the biggest breakthroughs. Richard Branson said that life is not a dress rehearsal. Waking up this early in the morning got me in the right mindset to get things done. He's also known for saying that most of the days that you're stretched out and not sleeping in are the ones that are memorable. And though I did want to sleep in, I need to say that is very, very true. That being said, it's important that you get enough sleep. One thing I've noticed with a lot of the research I've been doing is that the people who do wake up at 5 a.m., they go to sleep early. Unintended breakthrough for me, and I'm really taking ownership over this, was the clearing of our storage space. It may seem like a little thing, but it's been something that's been bothering me for the last 10 years, and because of the fact that I was awake in the morning looking for something in storage so that I could make my breakfast, it started the entire process of cleaning, organizing, and donating things. So the big insight, stretching your days. Because if your day is stretched, you create more space for bigger and better results. This entire 2-week process has really been that experience of velocity, where things are slowing down for me. These 2 weeks haven't felt like 2 weeks. It feels like it's been a month, 2 months, and I mean that in the best way possible. For me, these 2 weeks have been the most productive days I've had in possibly 6 months. So that was the 2-week summary. I've already chosen my next Titan. He's my personal hero. He's also the Philippine national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal. You can check out the link in the description to find out why I chose him. And if you like this video, don't forget to follow and subscribe. I'll be coming up with a video every 2 weeks. I'll be doing other posts throughout the year. Please do follow, like, subscribe. Thank you.